Along the road, along the road to Easter Day, Jesus carried a heavy cross. He stumbled in the hot, narrow streets. Ben looked and listened. He listened and he looked. People jostled around him in the crowd. Along the road the road to Easter Day, Ben looked and listened. He listened and he looked. He saw a wooden cross. He saw the sun go in at the midday, so there was darkness all over the earth. He heard Jesus speak to his friend John. "Look after Mary, your new mother." He heard Jesus speak to his mother Mary. "Look after John, your new son." Then Ben closed his eyes in fear and sadness as Jesus died. Along the road to Easter Day, a kind man called Joseph took Jesus' body down from the cross and he placed it in a rocky cave in his own beautiful garden. And then he rolled a big stone over the entrance. Ben looked and he listened. He listened and he looked. No one could get into the cave. No one could get out. I wonder if you feel as sad about that story as I do. Well, there is more to the story. We're just going to have to wait till Sunday. Good morning and welcome to this most holy and special of days. And today we're going to take some time to reflect on what could possibly be good about Good Friday. First of all, as you watch Bron and I prepare our worship space for Good Friday, let's hear the scriptures from Isaiah 53. Who has believed what we have heard, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he grew up before him like a young plant, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no form or majesty that we should look at him, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected, a man of suffering and acquainted with infirmity. And as to one whom others hide their faces, he was despised, and we held him of no account. Yet surely he has borne our infirmities and carried our diseases. And yet we accounted him stricken, struck down by God and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgression, crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the punishment that has made us whole, and by his bruises we are healed. We all, like sheep, have gone astray. We have all turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted. Yet he did not open his mouth, like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that before its shearers is silent. He did not open his mouth. By a perversion of justice, he was taken away. Who could have imagined his future? For he was cut off from the land of the living, stricken for the transgression of my people. They made his grave with the wicked and his tomb with the rich, although he had no violence, and there was no deceit in his mouth. Yet it was the will of the Lord to crush him with pain. And when you make his life an offering for sin, he shall see his offspring and shall prolong his days. Through him the will of the Lord shall prosper. Out of his anguish he shall see light. He shall find satisfaction through his knowledge. The righteous one, my servant, shall make many righteous, and he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore, I will allot him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoils with the strong, because he poured out himself to death and was numbered with the transgressions, yet bore no sin. He bore the sin of many, and he made intercession for the transgressors.
Deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that he should give his only Son to make a wretch his treasure. Father turns his face away, as wounds which mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory. Behold the man upon a cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed, I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers. Dying But this I know with all my heart, his wounds have paid my ransom.
I will miss him in so many ways. I will miss his explanations and demonstrations, openings up and closings down. I'll miss the rough roads and the narrow paths, the wanderings and purposed journeys, the crowds and households, feasts and quiet lunches, the roadside snacks and the nourishing words. I'll miss the companions and companionship, the laughter and wry chuckles, the backslapping cheer shared by mates with common purpose. I will miss the handshakes and the hugs, the body language of quiet revolution. I will miss the mystery of it all and the way for all my struggles I missed the point. And I will miss the corrections and the directions and the assurance that I will get the message one day in God's good time. Now, this wicked cross has put an end to hope and expectations. Those outstretched arms that once enfolded me in warm assurance that we were revealing a master plan of cosmic worth. These outstretched arms now strain, sinew torn, unequal to the task of holding up a body so human and disposable. That same body of a man so godlike that once I thought of him as God with me. Was it all necessary? Surely he could have turned the donkey round. Did we need the stage management of the whole palms and hosannas thing? Didn't the money changers and the masters of sacrifice return to work? Didn't the Pharisees and other experts in authorized faith go on and on and on as before? Could he not have chosen his words more carefully? Would discretion not have been the better part of valour? Diplomacy and a bit of spin may well have gained more time for us and influence on corridors of power. Now, tail between legs, I retreat through descending darkness over quaking ground, between shaking tombs, head down, furtive glances, fugitive footsteps, heading to Saturday's deeper gloom. This black, unholy place of my despair has no exit that I can see.